1979 D. Lincoln penny. That's right. This seemingly ordinary coin could be worth up to $1 million. So, stick around as we dive into the fascinating world of the 1979 D. Lincoln penny and uncover how this coin became such a valuable treasure. First, let's set the stage. The 1979 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked with a D mint mark. Like most pennies, it's made of copper and was part of the ongoing series featuring Abraham Lincoln's image. At first glance, this penny might seem like just another common coin from the late 70s, but there's something special about it that could make it worth far more than you'd ever expect. Now, let's talk about the rarity factor. While the 1979 penny was minted in massive quantities, over 4 billion of them, to be exact, there's a rare version that stands out, a double die obverse error. And this is where things get interesting. Okay, so what exactly is a double die error? Let me break it down for you. This happens when the coin is struck twice during the minting process, causing certain details, like the date or lettering, to appear doubled. In the case of the 1979 D penny, the most notable doubling occurs on the date and the Liberty inscription on the obverse of the coin, as well as the "In God We Trust" motto. That doubling is not subtle at all, and it's something that collectors look for. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, you're holding onto a coin that could be worth thousands to millions of dollars, depending on its condition. So, how can you spot a 1979 D double die Lincoln penny in your collection or pocket change? There are a few key features to look out for. The numbers in the date 1979 should appear slightly doubled, especially the 7 and the 9. The word Liberty will have visible doubling, particularly on the top part of the letters. If you look closely, you might see that the letters I, N, and G in God We Trust are doubled, giving the coin an unmistakable look. Keep in mind, the doubling should be strong and obvious, not just a faint blur. The more pronounced the doubling, the more valuable the coin could be. So, how much is this rare 1979 D double die Lincoln penny worth? Well, here's where things get exciting. A well-preserved coin with the double die error can be valued anywhere from several $1,000s to over $1 million in some cases. The value depends on the coin's condition and how prominent the doubling is. If it's a near-mint example with clear doubling, collectors will be willing to pay top dollar for it. Some have sold for hundreds of thousands at auctions, and in extreme cases, a particularly well-preserved coin has been known to fetch over $1 million. That's some serious money for a penny. Now, you might be wondering, where can I find one of these valuable 1979 D double die pennies? Here's the thing, they're rare. While there are billions of 1979 pennies out there, the chances of stumbling upon the double die version are pretty slim. Your best bet is to check through rolls of coins from the late 70s, or even comb through older penny collections that you might have lying around. You can also check online auction sites and coin shops, but remember, authenticity is key. Make sure the coin you're buying has been certified and verified by a professional grading service. If you think you found a 1979 D double die penny, it's crucial to get it professionally appraised and graded. Professional graders, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can help you assess its condition and give you an official grade. A high-grade coin will definitely fetch a much higher price than one in poor condition. Once it's graded, you'll have a better idea of its true market value. To wrap up, the 1979 D Lincoln penny might look like just another old coin, but thanks to a rare double die error, it could be worth thousands, or even millions, if you've got the right one. So next time you go through your change, remember to keep an eye out for this little gem. Who knows, you might just have $1 million penny hiding in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare penny or if you're on the hunt for this one. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories and tips. 1984 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, specifically the 1984 penny with no mint mark. You might be wondering, what makes this penny so valuable? Well, let's dive into it. The 1984 no mint mark penny is an example of a regular issue Lincoln cent that was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. You may be familiar with the fact that most U.S. coins are stamped with a mint mark, such as the D for the Denver Mint or S for the San Francisco Mint. However, the 1984 penny, like other Philadelphia Mint coins from this time period, lacks a mint mark. So, what's the big deal about this coin? Let's break it down. To understand why the 1984 no mint mark penny is valuable, we first need to know its background. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design has remained relatively consistent over the years, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and a variety of designs on the reverse. The 1984 penny features the familiar design of Lincoln on the front, while the back shows the familiar Lincoln Memorial, a hallmark of the series. In 1984, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies to keep up with demand. However, what makes this coin special, and why it might be worth more than face value, is how certain characteristics of this particular penny stand out from the rest. As we all know, a coin's value is determined by many factors, including its rarity, condition, and demand in the market. So, when it comes to the 1984 penny, a number of conditions can make it potentially worth more than just 1 cent. One key factor to remember is the condition of the coin. Pennies in uncirculated or near mint condition, especially with no signs of wear or discoloration, are far more valuable than those that are heavily circulated. The rarer, higher quality specimens are often in demand by collectors, which drives up their market value. Another factor to consider is the presence of certain die errors. Though not commonly seen, if your 1984 penny happens to have a unique error, such as a misstruck design or doubled die, it can command a premium price at auction. Collectors are always looking for these types of rare and unusual finds, so a 1984 no mint mark penny with an error can be worth much more. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. How much is the 1984 no mint mark penny worth? Typically, a circulated 1984 penny without any errors or rare features is worth just 1 cent, nothing extraordinary. However, the value increases significantly for uncirculated specimens. Depending on the condition, a pristine 1984 penny can fetch anywhere from $2 to $10 or more, with top-grade examples sometimes reaching higher prices at auction. If you happen to have an error coin, or one that is graded as being in exceptional condition, it could be worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. For example, a 1984 penny with a rare double die or any other significant minting flaw could be worth upwards of $1,000 or more, depending on the severity and the level of interest from collectors. While it's highly unlikely that a standard 1984 no mint mark penny will be worth millions of dollars, there are a few exceptions. If a coin were to possess a unique and historically significant error, such as a major misstrike or an exceptionally rare variant, it could theoretically be worth millions. However, this is extremely rare and not typical for most coins of this type. For the 1984 no mint mark penny, we're more likely to see coins reaching into the high thousands, especially if they have a significant minting error. Collectors are always hunting for rare finds, and the higher the demand and the fewer the coins available, the higher the price can go. So, is the 1984 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny worth millions of dollars? In most cases, no. However, if you have an uncirculated coin or one with a unique error, it could be worth a considerable amount more than its face value. While most 1984 pennies are worth just 1 cent, collectors should keep an eye out for those in exceptional condition or with rare errors that can drive up their value. If you have a 1984 penny in your collection, it's worth taking the time to inspect it carefully. You may just have a hidden gem on your hands. Remember, the world of coin collecting is always evolving, and a coin's value can change over time as new collectors enter the market and interest in certain coins increases. 1987 D. Lincoln 1 cent penny, a coin that, believe it or not, could be worth much more than its face value in the right condition. You might be surprised at what certain versions of this penny are fetching on the market today. So, let's get started. First, let's talk about the 1987 D. Lincoln penny. This penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D. Mint mark on the coin. The 1987 Lincoln penny is part of the larger series of pennies featuring Abraham Lincoln, which has been in circulation for over 100 years. Now, for most people, a 1987 D penny isn't anything out of the ordinary. When you come across one in your change, it will likely be worth just 1 cent. However, this doesn't mean that all 1987 D pennies are valued the same. There are key factors that determine its true value in the market, especially when it comes to rare errors and high-quality coins. What makes the 1987 D penny stand out in the world of coin collecting? Well, there are a few different factors to consider. The first thing to know is that the 1987 D penny was produced in large quantities, meaning most of them aren't particularly rare. But, like any series of coins, there are always exceptions that if you have a 1987 D penny in excellent condition, it could be worth a little more than its face value. A coin with high mint quality, no noticeable wear, and sharp details could fetch anywhere from 10 to 50 cents or even more from collectors who are specifically looking for well-preserved examples. However, where things start to get interesting is with the error coins. Just like other coins in circulation, the 1987 D. Lincoln penny has its fair share of minting mistakes. Some of these errors have led to the creation of rare pennies that are highly sought after by collectors. The most common errors in 1987 D pennies include off-center strikes, double die errors, and die cracks. The off-center strike, for example, occurs when the coin is not properly aligned during the minting process. These types of errors make the coin visually unique and valuable to the right buyer. A double die error, on the other hand, happens when the coin is struck twice in slightly different positions. This error can create a noticeable doubling effect, especially on the lettering or Lincoln's features. Coins with these types of defects can see their values jump into the hundreds of dollars. If your 1987 D. Lincoln penny is in perfect condition, graded MS 67 or higher, it could be worth several dollars or more, depending on the demand in the market at any given time. Coins with higher grades and excellent detailing are always in high demand among collectors, as they're harder to find in circulation. Coins graded by professional organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, are more trusted by collectors, which means that an MS 67 grade or higher could potentially push the value to $20 or even more. Now, let's talk about the real game changers. If you're lucky enough to have a 1987 D penny that is rare due to its error or exceptional quality, it could be worth thousands of dollars. These are the coins that turn heads at auctions or online marketplaces. For instance, a 1987 D penny with a significant error or in pristine condition can sometimes fetch between $500 and $1,000. The price depends on how rare the error is, the overall quality of the coin, and what collectors are willing to pay at that time. If you think your 1987 D penny might be worth something, you have several options for selling it. First, you can look for reputable coin dealers or attend coin shows where collectors gather. You can also check out online auction platforms like eBay, where rare and error coins often fetch high prices from collectors around the world. Make sure to do your research before selling your coin, as prices can vary depending on demand, rarity, and condition. In conclusion, while the 1987 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny isn't worth a fortune for most people, certain coins from this year, especially those with rare errors or in top-notch condition, can bring in serious money. If you have one of these rare specimens in your collection, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded and appraised. Remember, coin collecting is all about knowledge and patience. Keep looking through your change and keep learning about the different varieties, errors, and valuable pennies out there. Who knows, you could be holding on to a gem worth thousands of dollars. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin tips and updates. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or if you found a rare 1987 D penny yourself. 2000 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a seemingly ordinary penny that can be worth millions of dollars. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stick around as we dive deep into what makes this penny so special and why its market value has skyrocketed. Let's start with a little background. The 2000 penny is part of the regular series of Lincoln cents that were minted in large numbers by the U.S. Mint. It's made of copper-plated zinc, and you'll find the familiar design featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the front, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. So, what's so unique about this coin that makes it potentially worth millions? The key factor here is the era variety of the 2000 Lincoln penny. While the regular coins from this year are worth just 1 cent in circulation, there was a very rare and very specific error that took place during production. This error involves a double die variety, which means that the image on the coin was struck twice, creating a noticeable duplication of certain details. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if your 2000 Lincoln penny is worth more than just 1 cent? Let's break it down. This is the most important feature that you need to look for. The most valuable 2000 pennies are those with a noticeable double die on the obverse, the front side, of the coin. If you closely examine the word Liberty, or the date, 2000, and notice that the lettering seems doubled or shifted, you've got yourself a coin that could be worth much more than its face value. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. A 2000 double die penny in pristine, uncirculated condition can command a premium. Coins that are graded higher, in the MS-65 to MS-70 range, can be worth thousands of dollars. The better the condition, the higher the market price. The rarity and demand for this coin is what drives its value up. Because there are only a few of these rare double die varieties in circulation, collectors are willing to pay big bucks to own one. A well-preserved example of the 2000 Lincoln penny has been sold at auction for prices ranging from a few $1,000s to upwards of $1 million, depending on its condition and the demand at the time. But, let's get into specifics. What is this coin really worth today? While most 2000 pennies are still just worth a penny, the rare double die version can see prices anywhere between $5,000 and $50,000, depending on the grade and rarity of the individual coin. Now, for those ultra-rare specimens in near-perfect condition, you could be looking at a price tag that hits $100,000 or more. For the most extreme examples, certain coins have even sold for over $1 million. Yes, a single penny can fetch that much, but only if it is one of the very few perfect double die errors in existence. These rare finds are like the holy grail of coin collecting, and collectors know they're worth their weight in gold. So, if you have a 2000 penny and you're not sure if it's one of these rare, high-value coins, here's what you should do: consult with a professional coin grader to verify if your penny has the double die error. A trusted third-party grading service like PCGS or NGC can help determine its authenticity and give it an official grade. Store your penny safely in a protective case to prevent it from getting damaged. Coins with scratches, dents, or signs of wear will lose a significant portion of their value. The market for these coins can fluctuate. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare pieces, you might want to wait for the right buyer to come along who is willing to pay top dollar for it. In conclusion, the 2000 Lincoln penny is far from just another 1-cent coin. If you're lucky enough to find the rare double die variety, you could be holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. So next time you come across a 2000 penny, take a close look before you let it go. It could be worth more than you ever imagined. 2003 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. This coin might just be hiding in your pocket or collection, and you could be sitting on something worth a lot more than its face value. Let's take a closer look at why this particular penny is causing a buzz in the numismatic community and how it could possibly be worth millions of dollars. First, let's talk about the basics. The 2003 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series that was minted from 1959 to 2008, with the famous memorial design on the reverse. What makes this specific coin so unique, however, is not just the design or the year, but rather its condition and the possibility of an extremely rare minting error that could drastically increase its value. Now, let's get into what makes the 2003 Lincoln penny so valuable, and what coin collectors are looking for. Generally, a 2003 penny in regular circulation would be worth 1 cent, but in certain circumstances, its value can skyrocket into the thousands or even millions, and that's where the fun begins. You see, there's a particular error that some of these pennies may have. If you happen to find a 2003 penny without a mint mark, it could be the key to unlocking incredible value. Typically, the mint mark is located on the obverse, under the date, and indicates which U.S. mint produced the coin, Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. However, some 2003 pennies came off the presses without a mint mark, and it's believed these coins were produced in Philadelphia and mistakenly left unmarked. So, what's the big deal about an unmarked 2003 penny? Well, these coins are extremely rare. The lack of a mint mark is what makes them special. Most 2003 pennies, whether they were minted in Philadelphia or Denver, do have the D mint mark or no mark at all for those struck in Philadelphia. But the scarcity of these unmarked Philadelphia pennies has caused them to attract the attention of collectors, especially those looking for error coins. And the value? Well, that's where things get interesting. If you have one of these 2003 no mint mark pennies in uncirculated, pristine condition, its value can soar into the thousands of dollars. In some cases, these error coins have been known to sell for tens of thousands of dollars at auction, depending on the rarity and condition. But hold on, there's a possibility for these pennies to go even higher. For example, the rarest and most pristine examples of the 2003 no mint mark penny, with absolutely no signs of wear, have been known to fetch prices nearing the $1 million mark. How does something as small as a penny end up being worth that much? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. The more rare a coin is, the higher the demand among collectors, and in the case of the 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny, the scarcity of this error is what makes it so sought after. Plus, its historical significance as a mistake coin adds to its allure, but not every 2003 Lincoln penny is worth a fortune. The key factor is the condition of the coin. If you happen to find one of these error pennies, make sure it's in excellent condition. Uncirculated or near mint examples will fetch the highest prices, while heavily worn coins might not bring in much more than a couple of dollars. Always get your coins properly graded by professionals to determine their true value. So, what can you do if you think you found a 2003 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First, take a close look at it under magnification to make sure there's no mint mark. If the penny is in good condition, then it's time to consult with a professional coin grader or appraiser to find out if it's worth more than just its face value. To wrap up, the 2003 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny is an exceptional example of how rare coin errors can turn an ordinary penny into a prized possession worth thousands or even millions of dollars. If you come across one, treat it like gold. Get it checked out by a professional, and you could be sitting on a small fortune. 2014 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin with no mint mark. Now, we all know that coins can have a wide range of values, but what makes this specific 2014 penny so intriguing? Let's break down its story and current market value, including some insights into why this penny could potentially be worth more than what you might expect. First things first, let's discuss the 2014 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. In terms of design, it's quite similar to other pennies in circulation, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. The reverse displays the Union shield, which has been the standard design for the Lincoln penny since 2010. This coin was produced as part of the U.S. Mint's annual coinage, but the key feature we're focusing on today is its lack of a mint mark. If you're familiar with U.S. coins, you know that most coins produced by the mint have a mint mark to indicate where they were struck. The P mint mark denotes coins struck in Philadelphia, the D mint mark for Denver, and the S for San Francisco. However, the 2014 penny, unlike others from that year, was issued with no mint mark. Here's where things get interesting. Normally, most coins from the U.S. Mint carry a mint mark, but the 2014 penny without a mint mark was specifically produced at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the twist: the absence of a mint mark wasn't a mistake or error. It was part of a policy change. In 2017, the U.S. Mint announced that it would stop placing mint marks on coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint, except for certain special series. So, this coin is essentially a remnant of a shift in how the mint handled coinage production. The 2014 no-mint mark penny became the last regular issue Lincoln cent from Philadelphia without a mint mark. Collectors quickly took notice of this subtle yet significant feature, which is why this coin has gained interest and value on the market. When it comes to the value of the 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, there are a few factors that come into play. The majority of these pennies are still in circulation, and like most modern pennies, they can be found for face value in your pocket change. However, when you start looking at uncirculated or high-grade specimens, the value jumps. For example, if you come across a 2014 no-mint mark penny in mint condition, say, a graded MS-67 by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, this coin could fetch around $50 to $100. That's quite a premium over its original face value of just 1 cent. But wait, there's more. If you're lucky enough to find a specimen with a rare variety, such as an error or a particularly pristine example, the price could go even higher. Some of these coins, especially those in perfect condition, have been known to sell for upwards of $200 to $300 at auctions. Now, you might be wondering, could this coin be worth millions? While the 2014 no-mint mark penny is undoubtedly rare and valuable in certain circumstances, it is not yet a million-dollar coin. For a coin to reach such astronomical value, it typically needs to have a highly sought-after error, an ultra-low mintage, or an extraordinary piece of history. That being said, as the years go by, the 2014 no-mint mark penny could continue to rise in value as it becomes rarer in the hands of collectors. And who knows, if this coin continues to gain recognition in the numismatic community, it could potentially climb into the range of higher value specimens. For now, the 2014 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't a million-dollar coin, but its rarity and significance within the context of U.S. coinage make it an intriguing option for collectors to keep an eye on. In conclusion, the 2014 no-mint mark Abraham Lincoln 1 cent penny coin holds a unique place in modern coinage history. Its rarity, combined with the change in minting policies at the Philadelphia Mint, makes it an interesting and valuable piece to add to any collection. If you're lucky enough to find one of these pennies in good condition, especially one that has been professionally graded, it could be worth far more than just a penny. The coin market can be unpredictable, but with a little luck and a keen eye for quality, you might just be holding a valuable piece of American history.